think it's time to admit that streaming has done more harm than it has good. The reason I'm saying this, so I just found out, and this happened back in April, that the movie Hush by Mike Flanagan, that I really enjoy, was taken off of Netflix. It's not on Netflix. It was a Netflix original. It's not on Netflix. It's not on digital. It's not on anything. This isn't the first movie that this has happened to. Right now, it's basically in the ether of lost films for the moment. You can pirate it. You could always pirate stuff. You could always get stuff illegally. And if things aren't provided, then absolutely go for it. Fucking pirate this shit away. It's basically in this ether right now of it's not officially available anywhere. It does not exist officially anywhere. And this has happened with way too much shit. We're finding out about the amount of stuff that these studios are now pretty much taking off of services and just writing this shit off completely so that they can get basically a tax write-off. They don't gotta pay server costs anymore on it. That's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's art. Regardless of silly fun stuff like Fast and the Furious or something like Oppenheimer, it's all art. Different forms of art. Art can attempt to do different things. It could attempt to say something meaningful, or it could just be silly, stupid-ass fun. It's still art, regardless of the fact. And these streaming services and the studios that run, most of the streaming services are run by studios, don't give a shit. Actually, Netflix is a studio at this point. They produce more content than most of the... So yeah, it's all studio stuff. And they don't care at all. This is all about the bottom line, which Hollywood is a business. It is a business. But at a certain point, you have to understand you are curating art. And you have a responsibility to preserve the art. Not delete it off your fucking servers, not to take it down and take it away from access from people. I have pretty much a net zero respect for these studios because they have completely torpedoed the idea of streaming. They're all competing with each other to see who will reign supreme, and they're all hurting each other. None of them are really making money. And what are we getting out of it? Do we get an endless amount of content? Sure, we've got more content than you can possibly consume. Is that good? No, not. They're just throwing darts at a fucking wall, hoping something will stick. If it doesn't work for them, they will cancel the show. They will take the stuff off the service. It is an absolute cluster, and frankly, it's a joke. So, I've actually really enjoyed seeing Del Toro responding to Nolan, who has championed physical media. He wanted Oppenheimer on physical media to be pretty much a perfect experience. He wanted to fill it with special content, special features. He wanted this thing to be phenomenal because he wants you to buy this. He doesn't want you streaming it because this is the best way to watch it. Right here. This is the best way. Nolan understands that. Del Toro understands that. There are other directors who understand that. You know who doesn't understand it? The studios. So, I will admit, I have streaming services, and good God, I'm like about ready to say screw it and cancel them out of sheer fuck you guys, essentially. Like, it's an absolute joke, and there's good content on streaming services, but the fact that they have zero regard for preservation pisses me off so freaking much. And I'm not going to be here saying Hollywood has always cared about preservation. They haven't. About 90% of movies from the 10s and the 20s are just flat out lost because they did not care to preserve movies back in the beginning of movies. Hence, most of them are lost. The silent era is mostly lost. It's absolutely insane. But Hollywood came around and then started to preserve stuff. We have tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of movies that have never come to DVD, things on DVD that have not come to Blu-ray, etc., etc. But they exist. Most stuff, not a good massive chunk, exist in some form. There is the Bruce Campbell Love Bug movie. It didn't make it to DVD. It exists at least on VHS. My Date with the President's Daughter exists on VHS. There's lots of stuff that's, at least it exists on a form of physical media. But the stuff that's on streaming services that just gets taken off and basically deleted, it doesn't exist anymore until they physically give it to us. And that just, it's maddening, absolutely maddening. So this entire video is basically just a rant about shit that you already know and probably feel. If you're a physical media person, you're watching me, you're feeling the same thing. But I also have been posting more on TikTok now. And I posted a couple of things and I've gotten comments from people, you could just stream that, you could just stream that. So I guess this video is also geared towards that. If you're that person that comments the stuff like that, well, guess what? You don't fucking own a thing. You don't own a fucking thing with any movie with streaming. If you like that movie and it gets taken down, tough titties, it's gone. Sorry, whatever. Bye-bye movie. You are putting your hopes for movie preservation in the hands of the studios, which will tell you to bend over and kiss their ass, kiss your ass, kiss their ass, whatever. Kiss someone's ass because you don't get to control a fucking thing. So, bye physical. That's what this is summing up to you, that person. If you comment stuff like that, oh, watch it on streaming. You don't need the physical. Blah. Own it. Own it. Own control over it. Because these studios do not care. If it's not getting watched enough and it's not getting enough hours, well, this doesn't justify staying on our service. Well, fuck them. Own it. Own it. So, that's all I have. That was a rant. That was a rant and a half. This was not an appropriate video for children. So, bye-bye, everyone.